today we are speaking about, can meditation help with tough business decisions, right? So if you've clicked on this, naturally, I imagine that you're often faced with tough decisions, right? Especially the ones that really weigh on our mind. Maybe they're to do with your long-term direction. What direction shall I go in? What shall I focus on? Shall I try this new product? These are the types of questions that we really grapple with, right? They weigh on our mind, and obviously we spend a lot of time weighing out the pros and cons, doing the logical analysis, but we still feel unsure. Like we're not really clear, like what should we really do, right? And this can lead to overthinking, second guessing ourselves, even disturb our sleep at night, right? So how can we solve this, right? Can meditation help with this? So I want to share with you, my personal experience, and it does help, of course, but maybe not in the way that you think. So this is quite interesting, and I want to share this with you. So in essence, what I've found, right? I've been practicing meditation for the past, 8 years, almost like every single day, right? And one thing I've found is when it comes to these big decisions, right? The thinking process, the thinking mind, weighing out the pros and cons, the logical analysis, it only takes me so far, right? Because at the end of that analysis, I'm still not sure, completely, that inner knowing, right? But the truth is that the clarity that we need actually is already within us. It's already within us, right? That clarity, that intuition, that inner knowing, it's there, but we need to give it the space to come out. In essence, we need to quiet our mind so that we can hear that inner voice, so to speak, right? And this is the area that meditation can help in, right? So if you remember one thing from this video, it's this, right? It's that the clarity that you're seeking actually is already within you, right? So the thinking mind, of course it helps, right? Of course it's needed. Of course you need to weigh out the pros and cons, etc., right? But at the end of the day, the problem with the thinking mind is that it is very much focused on me, right? Think about it, right? It's all about what decision is going to serve me. How am I going to be safe at the end of all this, right? How can I protect myself? It's coming from this self-protecting, fear-based kind of thinking, right? And that's not where we want to make our decisions from. We want to essentially quiet that thinking mind, okay, and come back to the natural mind, right? It's kind of like, the clouds in the sky, right? So we're not the sky, we're not the clouds. The clouds are all of our thoughts, worries, anxieties, fears, right? And behind that is the sky, open, vast, clear, right? This is us, right? This is the example. So we want to operate from there. When we come back to the sky, what happens is that we are able to look at the bigger picture and not just think about me, right? We can look at, okay, this decision that I want to make, how is it going to affect my clients? How is it going to affect, the people around me? How does it affect the things that really matter, right? My values, my priorities, like how I want to spend my time, the impact I want to have, right? The real reasons why I'm doing this work in the first place, right? So this is what we can tap into, and then, right, because it's not coming from fear, we can really get a sense of what is really right? Like, what do my clients really need, right? What is going to fulfill me the most? What is the outcome that is a win-win for everything? Ultimately, the thinking mind is just me, and the sky, right, is looking at the bigger picture. It's considering the whole. What is the best decision that works well for everyone involved, right? Win-win, right? It's coming from nature, essentially. Right? So this is the thing, okay? So this is what meditation can help with. And, you don't need to be like a master meditator. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of sitting and, calming the mind, like allowing the thoughts to settle, can bring clarity. And of course, if you're practicing more regularly, if you're practicing on a daily basis, then you're more and more connected to that sky, that open, vast presence, as opposed to being entangled with your clouds, like, the thoughts and fears and so on. And, in this way, you're always like more connected to the real us, to the vastness, to the bigger picture. And we are more like in flow. We can sense things, that intuition or that inner knowing, that clarity is there with us like more of the time. And then these decisions become easier. And of course, when you see that you've made a decision from this space and it's working well, like you're enjoying it, it's working well, like in reality, then you begin to trust, that space more, right? And that's a really beautiful place to be. So that's been my personal experience. And the hope with this video is that, hopefully it inspires you to practice or to become consistent with practice if you haven't been consistent, right? Ultimately, isn't it like awesome, right? If you can live from a place where you are not operating from fear, from anxiety, from stress, like not making our decisions from there, but making them from this stillness and spaciousness and bigger picture, thinking about like all the different elements involved and making a decision that benefits everything and not just me. It's a much more joyful and happier way to make our decisions, and it feels really good. Okay, so that's it for today. I really hope that this helps, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.